30 seconds and counting. Astronauts report it feels good. T-minus 25 seconds.
I believe that this nation should commit itself.
12, 11, 10, 9. Ignition sequence start.
To achieving the goal
5,
before this decade is out.
2, 1. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Of landing a man on the moon and returning him safely to the Earth.
Liftoff, the clock's running.
On July 20th, 1969, Apollo 11 astronauts Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin became the first men to set foot upon the moon.
Houston, the Eagle has landed. That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
4 months later, Apollo 12 successfully landed on the lunar surface, and astronauts Peter Conrad and Al Bean walked on the moon November 19, 1969. And in April 1970, NASA launched the crew of Apollo 13 into the vast ocean of space to continue man's lunar exploration. But 56 hours into the mission, a devastating malfunction left the spacecraft leaking precious oxygen and the crew of 3 astronauts facing a life and death crisis.
Okay, Houston, we've had a problem here.
This is Houston. Say again, please.
Houston, we've had a problem.
We could have lost O2 tank 2. We got to get a pressure readout on that thing.
O2 quantity number 2 is 0.
We are vetting something out into space.
Apollo 13's mission priority was no longer lunar exploration, but survival. With ground teams working around the clock, NASA faced the formidable task of returning the crews safely to the Earth.
Failure of the oxygen tank in Apollo 13 almost brought the mission to an end in a catastrophic way.
The mood in mission control was immediately one of disbelief.
I have absolutely no clue to what happened. Something happened to the fuel cells in the oxygen tank.
We're going to hit 100 psi in an hour and 54 minutes. That's the end right there.
So they only had a few minutes of power left.
We're still 70 to 80 hours away from the Earth.
We were running out of time to get the spacecraft back on course.
I don't think we should ever believe that rescue was inevitable here.
Without use of the lunar module, the mission was lost.
What do you think we got in the spacecraft that's good? It looks grim.
This 2-part film will tell the story of the men, the mission, and 13 remarkable factors that cemented Apollo 13's safe return to Earth as NASA's finest hour.
I'd say this is as serious a situation as we have ever had in manned spaceflight.